Welcome back to my Keep Up channel. Horror icon Ken Foree shares plea to preserve Dawn of the Dead Mall. The Monroeville Mall, where George A. Romero famously filmed Dawn of the Dead, was recently sold to Walmart. Although the retail giant has yet to disclose its plans for the property, horror fans are concerned about losing the iconic location. The mall is currently home to a bronze bust of Romero, commemorating its cinematic legacy, as well as the Living Dead Museum. It has also hosted zombie walks, tours, and conventions, in addition to becoming a tourist spot for horror fans. Ken Foree, who starred as Peter Washington in Dawn of the Dead, shared his impassioned thoughts about the future of the Monroeville Mall on social media. "This place means a great deal to millions. It is now going to be replaced by a major retailer. The question is, does the Monroeville Mall have the necessary requirements to become a historical landmark?" Historical landmarks are places where people visit because it has a significant place in their life. It is a building or place that has achieved fame and notoriety because of the significant contribution to our history. The Monroeville Mall may not qualify, but let's look at its history. The Washington or Lincoln monuments it's not, and, of course, not Mount Rushmore. But I would dare to say that it's visited and celebrated by more vacationers, sightseers, and fans than a lot of the historical landmarks in America. The mall was built in 1969 as a hub of consumerism. In 1978, George Romero, the innovative auteur who changed the face of the horror genre, directed, and Richard Rubinstein produced a film titled Dawn of the Dead, most of which was filmed in the Monroeville Mall. It became a blockbuster hit seen worldwide. DOTD was seen by horror fans and non-horror fans. It was unique because no one had ever seen anything like it before. Of course, Night of the Living Dead had attracted a lot of attention, but nothing like Dawn of the Dead. Richard and Dario Argento distributed it to every major movie theater, drive-in, art house, and especially those with midnight screenings. I don't know the exact screen count, but I know it was vast. I personally could view it at 3 different locations in Manhattan, NYC. It was shown in every community here and abroad. Each major national television reviewer included this phenomenal film in their broadcast and recommended it with a thumbs up. Its fans have cherished and preserved this film to hand down from grandfather to son, son to grandson, a rite of passage. This small low-budget film led Variety in gross sales for almost 3 weeks, unheard of. It impacted a generation. DOTD was so popular that fans from all over visit the mall just to be where it all happened. For decades, the owners of the mall have graciously permitted zombie walks, conventions, and tours of its celebrated halls. George Romero's films and the cadre of local Pittsburgh extras and actors are celebrated there. No one who participated in a George Romero film can deny that they owe allegiance to the mall. Build it and they will come. Well, they have from every country to pay homage. Perhaps a place should be preserved for George's bust and the Living Dead Weekend Museum. I'm part of its history, so of course I'm joining the outcry to preserve this shrine. I'm fighting for the survival of this Mecca, cathedral, temple. Maybe that's a bit much, but to the legion of horror fans it takes on a symbolic meaning, no matter how strange that may sound. Historical landmark, well, that's not my decision. Perhaps it is a bit of a reach, but there would be few places that attracted such worldwide interest. Perhaps Walmart, the new occupant, will honor the history of DOTD and erect a bust of George Romero and house the Museum of the Living Dead. I thought it time to share my thoughts. We can only hope that some are listening. You can sign the petition to help preserve the location. In Dawn of the Dead, 2 Philadelphia SWAT team members, a traffic reporter, and his TV executive girlfriend seek refuge in a secluded shopping mall during an escalating zombie epidemic. Foree stars in the 1978 horror classic alongside David Emge, Scott Reiniger, and Galen Ross. Source: bloody-disgusting.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.